Hello friend, wings are an amazing accessory that allows you to fly, and are available once you have defeated the wall of flesh. With the increase in difficulty and mobility of hard mode bosses, a good pair of wings will truly serve as a valuable asset on your Terraria journey. I'm Zuzucorn and I aim to entertain you, encourage you, and offer you a place to call home. So subscribe now and join the Zuzucorn family. To start off, you have to understand that not all wings are available once you enter hard mode. With the new 1.4 update, wing progression has been heavily balanced to offer gradual upgrades throughout the game. To be very honest, you don't have to upgrade your wings very often. In fact, I don't even recommend you to. However, I'll just illustrate the easiest and best ones to acquire at each stage of the game, so you know what to go for whenever you feel like one. If you're looking for the best pair of wings that you can get and plow through the entire game, there's actually one, provided you're good enough to get it. But I'll cover that later. The first stage of wings will be available when you just enter hard mode. There are a few low tier wings, but the easiest one to acquire is undoubtedly the leaf wings, which are bought from the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor is an NPC who moves in after you defeat the Bee Queen. If he lives in a jungle biome house, he will sell the leaf wings at night once you've defeated the wall of flesh. These only cost 75 gold in Terraria 1.4, but because he's in a biome that he likes, it usually costs much less. The reason I've chosen leaf wings is because they're so easy to get. Most other wings are crafted at a mithril or orichalcum anvil and will require souls of flight and other materials. This means that you have to do some hard mode mining first. Souls of flight are also obtained from the wyvern, a hard mode enemy that spawns in the sky. These are especially tough when you just enter hard mode, and you have a much easier time after you've gotten a few hard mode upgrades. For example, a similar tiered pair of wings, the angel wings, needs 10 feathers, 20 souls of flight, and 25 souls of light, which is obtained from the underground hollow. This takes considerably more effort to do, and it's not worth it in my opinion. So the leaf wings is a great first pair of wings that you can go for, especially if you're just itching for a pair of wings to fly around. I personally think that skipping the first tier of wings is a good idea as well. The second tier of wings is also obtainable right at the beginning of hard mode. This second tier of wings have longer flight time and increased height and speed compared to the first tier. There are three main ones we can look at. Firstly, there's the fairy wings, which require 20 souls of flight and 100 pixie dust. It glows and emits lights when you fly, which is helpful sometimes. However, the 100 pixie dust might be a little troublesome to acquire. The next one is the harpy wings, which require a giant harpy feather. This is a crafting component that drops from harpies at a 1 out of 200 chance. Unless you've managed to find one already, don't bother going for this pair. However, if you happen to get one, then go ahead. The pair of wings I recommend is the frozen wings, crafted with souls of flight and an ice feather. The ice feather is a material dropped from the ice golem, a rare enemy that spawns during a snowstorm in the ice biome. A snowstorm is basically rain, so when it rains, just head over to the ice biome for a chance of encountering this enemy. The ice golem might seem like a tough enemy, but it's actually easily dealt with if you box yourself in. Just attack it with a minion or a yo-yo and you'll make quick work of it. Ice feathers also drop in a 1 in 3 chance, which is significantly higher than the other wings. The ease of obtaining this pair of wings just makes it a great pair to go for pre-mech bosses. The next tier of wings, which is tier 3, can be obtained when you defeat at least one mechanical boss. If you're in expert mode, there's actually a tier in between. I'll call that tier 2.5. Hard mode treasure bags have a chance to give you a developer set, which usually comes with a pair of wings. There are lots of them, but they will all have the same stats and are slightly better than tier 2 wings. Developer sets are modeled for Terraria developers, so it's more of a novelty item to look cool with. They are alright to use if you manage to get a pair, but tier 3 wings are still better. If you're not on expert mode, you can just forget about this completely. Tier 3 wings are still a pretty huge jump from tier 2, and are obtained pretty easily in general. The easiest one to acquire is the butterfly wings, which require butterfly dust. This can be obtained from moths, which is a rare enemy in the underground jungle. Moths drop butterfly dust half the time, and if you use a lifeform analyzer sold from the travelling merchant, you can get one easily in no time. If you don't want the butterfly wings, there are 3 alternatives: the bat wings, the bee wings, and the flame wings. The bat wings require a broken bat wing, which is dropped from vampires during a solar eclipse at a 1 in 40 chance. Similarly, the bee wings require the tattered bee wing, which is dropped from the moss hornets at a 1 in 150 chance. The flame wings also require a fire feather, which is dropped from the red devil at a 1 in 75 chance. As you can see, these alternatives require much rarer drops, and it's not really worth farming for. If you happen to get any of the components, then go ahead. But if you're looking for the fastest and easiest upgrade, the butterfly wings are definitely the way to go. Take note though, although moss hornets and moths can be encountered pre-Mech bosses, they will not drop the wing components until you have defeated at least one of them. The next tier of wings are tier 4, which are post-Plantera wings. There are actually a few post-Plantera wings that are really good, so I'll move those into tier 5. Tier 4 will be the basic wings that just have great stats. Firstly, the easiest one to get is probably the hoverboard or the spectre wings. The hoverboard requires 18 shroomite bars and has the added effect of allowing you to hover. While hovering, you also gain bonus horizontal speed, which makes you pretty speedy. The hoverboard is probably one of the best ones of this tier because of the hover effect. Shroomite bars are made easily by combining glowing mushrooms and chlorophyte bars at an auto hammer that's sold by the Truffle NPC. Spectre wings on the other hand only require 10 spectre bars, which is made by combining chlorophyte and ectoplasm obtained from a post-Plantera dungeon. These wings are great and they are easy to obtain. They have higher ascending speeds compared to the lower tier wings, which is always great. There are a few alternatives that might be considered a tier 4.5. These are obtained post-Plantera as well, but have higher stats than tier 4. The first of which is the festive wings. These are dropped from the Everscream at a very low rate during the Frost Moon event. We also have the spooky wings that drop from the Morning Woods of the Pumpkin Moon event, and tattered fairy wings that require black fairy dust from the Pumpkin. These alternatives are great and have higher stats, but might be more of a pain to get. Once again, if you happen to get the components during the invasions, feel free to craft them. However, farming for them probably isn't worth it. Now we're at tier 5, which is basically the really good wings with special effects. The first one I want to touch on is the Fishron wings. Fishron wings are obtained from Duke Fishron at a very low rate. Duke Fishron is a difficult boss summon using a truffle worm at the ocean, and the fight is really not for the faint of heart. If you need a truffle worm farming guide, you can check this video out. Fishron wings have really high speed, high flight distance, and amazing ascending speed. This pair of wings are always my go-to because they're just so powerful. Although they are no longer the strongest pair of wings, they're still amazing. They also have no speed penalty when flying through water. However, the thing about Duke Fishron is, you can fight him the moment you're in hard mode. This means that if you're good enough, you can farm him to get the Fishron wings right at the beginning of hard mode, which will honestly carry you all the way till the Moonlord. Yes, they're that amazing. But well, most people defeat him post-Plantera or post-Golem, so just know that the option is always available. Next, we have the Empress wings dropped from the new Empress of Light boss. Its flight duration and speed might be a little lower, but the appeal is in its ascending speed. Holding the up direction boosts your ascending speed greatly, which is super helpful for bosses like the Empress herself or the Moonlord. The Empress is available post-Plantera, but it's not an easy fight. However, her wings are definitely one of the best. If you need a guide on her attack patterns, you can check out this video right here. The last wing of tier 5 are Betsy's wings. Betsy is the final boss of the Old One's army, an event that I'm really not too fond of. However, if you do manage to defeat her, you might get Betsy's wings at a 25% chance. These wings excel in horizontal movement. Like the hoverboard, you can hover in the air by pressing down. However, the hover speed bonus for Betsy's wings are a whopping 300%, with boosted acceleration as well. This allows you to zoom through the air, which is pretty insane. However, the Old One's army is extremely difficult and I don't think it's worth it. Lastly, the final tier are post-Moonlord wings. These wings are crafted with pillar fragments and luminite bars, and are absolute monsters. There are basically two versions. The Nebula and Vortex wings are hover focused, giving you the ability to hover and speed boosts as well. The Solar and Stardust wings on the other hand are focused on fast ascending speed. At this point, you're basically done with the game, so just choose whatever you like and choose which one looks best for you. However, by far the best pair of wings in the entire game is the Celestial Starboard, the expert exclusive drop from the Moonlord. This pair of wings has insane stats, both horizontal and vertical. The Celestial Starboard allows you to hover, gives you speed boost for hovering, and also gives you full control of your vertical ascending speed. If you're wondering what's the best pair of wings in Terraria, well, here it is. Of course, with the soaring insignia, the expert exclusive Empress of Light drop, there are many awesome combos you can do with unlimited flight. But hands down, just wings alone, the stats of the Celestial Starboard is pretty insane. Well, I hope this video has helped you out. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon too, for more Terraria guides and coverage. I really don't recommend you to upgrade your wings at every stage of the game, but I do hope this video shows you all the easiest and best options that you can go for. This has been Zuzucorn Games. Have a nice day, and have a great week ahead. Bye bye!